All right, so here we go. Are we good? Okay, we should be good. All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to UnOrdinary Weekly Reaction, brought to you by Uru. What is up, Avery? How you doing today? Guys, we are in for a crazy chapter tonight. First things first, so just a quick heads up. The snow has officially started coming down near me. It's horrifying. It's terrifying. I just look out there and all I see is white death. Anyway, there was a power flicker like a few minutes ago before I started stream. I don't know if I'm gonna lose power. It doesn't look like anyone near me has lost power, but just in case, I wanna throw that out there right now. But yeah. Let me actually pin that in the comments too, actually. So, yeah, gonna pin that real quick. So, yeah, welcome Avery, welcome Miriam, welcome Daniel, welcome Wheel of Fate, welcome Spiritual. Yeah, so last week on UnOrdinary, Remi clearly confronted Kuyo about whether or not he was there. He wasn't. He did in fact admit that he was there. He was working with Ray. They were investigating the leads with the amplifiers and everything. So they saw dead body, just big dead, and like doing a horrible job of explaining this. So basically they came across a dead body and someone who they saw had some amplifiers on them still. Then they were confronted by a Ember operative, who we are going to call Apollo for now. But he then ambushed them, and we saw a fight between Kuyo, Ray, and Apollo. And they not easily, but they were able to get the upper hand against the Ember operative. But then Vulcan showed up and just ambushed Ray, getting him down on the ground and then piercing him through his torso. To which Kuyo tried to fight back, but was easily overpowered by the two of them. And Ray just basically told Kuyo, "You need to get out of here." And he basically sacrificed himself, really kicked the juice up with his ability, and just unleashed colossal lightning on them, so Kuyo could get away. Kuyo then said that he tried to go back for Ray's body after the dust settled, but they were still keeping an eye on him, and they looked like they hadn't sustained any damage whatsoever. That's the three abilities, like I said. Flame Claw, Speed, and Regeneration. The same ones that were on the file that Sarah mentioned, or read. So, after that, Remi basically thanked Kuyo for getting her that closure that she needed for Ray's death, which was kind of nice. But then she proposed that she would... Yes, exactly, Solo. He pulled a Shazam. But yeah, Sarah basically said that she would help Kuyo get to the bottom of the missing people if he helped her take down Ember. So yeah, like I said, if you saw my review and discussion for episode 280, I did point out that I really liked that Remi said that she would help Kuyo, so she's not trying to get Black and Ison dragged into this. She didn't do that last time with the superhero stuff when she was involved. They chose to. But I like that Remi said that she would be the one to do it. She wasn't trying to drag Black or Ison into it. But I think it's fairly obvious that this episode, at least Blake is definitely going to volunteer as well to help them out, kind of the three-man team. Maybe Ison will volunteer to be their guy in the chair, or maybe Ison will get dragged into this, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. So, here we go. All right. All right. So, let's see if we're up. Okay, not yet. Not yet. Okay, 701. 701. Let's see what we got here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Vulcan has bear. That's true. I don't. The thing. Okay, real quick, just before we read, the thing about Vulcan, I don't think that Ember operatives, when they're actively acting as like Ember, I don't think that they would be allowed to use their actual ability, just so that it can't be drawn back to them, or like, you know, people don't start asking too many questions. So, here we go, guys. Here we go. So, I'm tail end of last episode. I'm sorry, Remi. I wasn't strong enough to save him. No, thank you. Come again? Thanks to you, I got the closure that I needed. I have a proposal for you. You said you needed support, right? I'll help you with the missing people cases, if you agree to help me take down the people who killed my brother. UnOrdinary episode 281. Hilford Park. So, here we go. Ison activating his ability. And Blake's just standing. Okay, so they're in like a soccer field and Blake's just standing at the ready, just ... Wait, so they're just playing while... Okay. And Blake kicks a soccer ball, or Ison kicks a soccer ball at Blake, who's standing in front of a goal. And Blake just... Pow! Hits Blake right in the face, bounces off him, but then hits the goal post. Whoops! I missed! And then Blake's just... Asshole! Oh, okay, so this is after they talked. What's up, animation? Welcome. Asshole! You did that on purpose! What are you talking about? That was an amazing block! And Blake just tosses the ball back at Ison. So, how did you start? The authorities ghosted my family, so I took matters into my own hands. And it just so turns out that they're connected to Ember. Interesting theory, but it does explain things. Oh, so Kuyo doesn't know that yet. Okay, does explain one thing. It was just a hunch at first. After facing off with Vulcan, I was sure she had something to do with Ray's death. Later, Arlo used his connections to help me with my search and introduced me to his aunt, someone really high up in the authorities. So why is she doing grunt work like as a drug dealer? That's the really strange part to me, honestly. That's when I knew that his aunt was Vulcan. What? Are you sure you didn't make a mistake? I wish. But her voice, her demeanor, her ice-cold stare, there's no mistaking her. I'm sure she recognized me too, because she's seen me without my mask on. Does Arlo know about her? Not yet. He looks up to her a lot. I didn't know how to tell him. If you're right about this, then we have a lot of work to do. Okay, so Kuyo is agreeing to like let Remi come along. Yeah. Wellston Private High School. Some amount of time later. Okay. Room 224, the safe house. So chatter, 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 chatter. Students are just talking. Arlo's just sitting at a chair reading a book. Arlo! Wait again. What a surprise. Shuts the book. Sorry, I had to help with some papers. Hey, before you go, are you free after school? I was thinking we could grab a drink and catch up. And Arlo's just ... He can't. He starts today. Let's talk outside. Oh, you can't today? What about tomorrow? Actually, I'm going to be pretty busy from now on. Why's that? Because I'll be working part-time for the authorities. Why? You know what they've done. Why would you help them? Because he wants to be your insider, Remi. ... Listen, I know you're upset about what happened with Ray, but don't you think it's time to move on? Honestly, wasn't expecting this at all. But it also does make sense. This is something I've been working towards my whole life. That's his aunt's words. I can't let one person's death affect my entire future. This is his aunt's words. Anyway, I gotta go. See you around. Remi has to tell him. What is up, Red Master? Welcome. So he's just walking away. Arlo. She's clenching her fist. Ray isn't just any person. It's true, he's not. But I do understand where Arlo's coming from. Well, I understand why Arlo is saying this. This isn't what Arlo wants. This is what his aunt wants. He taught you and he took care of you. He treated you like his own brother. You can't betray him like this. Is this honestly a betrayal? Not really, because Arlo doesn't know. Had he known, it would have been. Anyway. This feels like when Arlo told Sarah about... Yeah, it kind of does, actually. Your aunt killed Damn, Remi. No fucking tact whatsoever. Your aunt killed Ray. And he just turns around. What did you say? I said your aunt killed Ray. She's part of Ember. Do you even hear yourself? You met her once, Remi. Don't go making baseless accusations. Face it, your brother's gone, and there's nothing we can do about it. Please, just get on with your... I may have to do a bit of reading. This feels really out of character for Arlo, honestly. This feels like I do get it, but like I get not wanting to believe that your aunt is the one who killed your hero. But just like I thought he was going into the authorities. I thought he was going into the authorities with the intention of like, we need an insider. I thought that's because even when he interviewed, he was still really shooken up about everything. Arlo's faith in the authorities is dwindling. This just feels really out of the blue. Blue line logic is affecting Arlo. And there's nothing we can do about it. Please just get on with your life. You're the one who's given up too early. You have no idea what's going on. He does know what's going on. He does know. That's true. You've been hung up on this for way too long. It's been a few months. You aren't even yourself anymore. You're not yourself, Arlo. Arlo, just listen to me. No! I've had enough. You want to keep wasting away? Go ahead. But don't drag me down with you. And he walks away. Uru doesn't have the balls to follow through with this. Uru doesn't have the guts to make Arlo a villain again. She doesn't have the guts to go through with this. I'm calling it now. Calling it now. That would make sense. Probably will. I just wish we should get set up for that, which could still happen this episode. Could still easily happen this episode. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So just walking away. The Bureau of Authority. Here we go. Department of Anti-Corruption and Transparency. The ACT Department. So we're walking in. It looks like it's Dimitri. Arlo, I would like to welcome you to the department. And he just walks in, coat on his sleeve and everything. Come, I'll show you to your desk. No, don't tell me that Zeke's here. Don't tell me Zeke's here. Here we are. Arlo. Just Arlo, just on a name tag, desk and everything. Make yourself comfortable. Your mentor will be here shortly. So he sits down. I'm finally here. Arlo. ... Your aunt killed Ray. She's remembering when we... What nonsense. Arlo? Arlo! Oh, God! No! No! Yes, ma'am. It's Cassandra. Got a lot on your mind, huh? I get it. The first day can be pretty overwhelming. Cassandra? You're in this department too? Yep. Congrats on getting the job. Just Cass is fine. So Cassandra has influenced or has had influence at some point over 3 of Wellston's kings. I'll be your mentor from today onwards, so I'll be handling your training and all that. And if you have any questions, just come and ask me. ... And he's just ... All right, then. Why don't I show you around? UnOrdinary episode 281. End. Man, these episodes lately feel so short. Like, I get it. Not everything is going to be, super long. Also, calling this now. Wait. Third. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I get what you're asking, Solo. So I'm saying Ray, Kuyo. I think it's fairly obvious that Kuyo was king at some point. And also now Arlo. So, yeah. Okay. Calling this now. Uru set up Zeke being at the Bureau for a reason. So I think he's also going to be part of Arlo's she set up Zeke going to the Bureau for a reason. So I think he's probably going to be a part of Arlo's department, or they'll see him at the next point, and Arlo will talk to Cassandra about him. But yeah, if Zeke's not part of Arlo's team, or Cassandra's also his mentor, something's gonna happen. Man. And yeah, Zeke might use it to beat up civilians. Let's be real, he's just a piece of shit. But actually, that's really interesting. I like that name actually for Arlo's department. The Anti-Corruption and Transparency, the ACT department. It's really it's really funny that they have that department, and that Arlo's actually Uru. Good job making Arlo part of that department, because yeah, Arlo clearly knows that there's corruption in the authorities. He got the job partly because of a corrupt system. He didn't even have to interview for it. That's possible, Zeus. That's really possible. But Uru, I just realized, Arlo being part of the anti-corruption and transparency department. Awesome job, Uru. That was a really great decision. She could have made Arlo part of any department whatsoever, but she chose the anti-corruption and the ACT department for a reason, because Arlo is the insider to help destroy the corruption for the authorities and everything. So awesome job, Uru. That was a really, really nice touch. I'm still waiting for the name of John's albino and uncle. What? Albino? Zeke and his aunt will end up having a major eye-openers for how corrupt. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, Zeus. We don't even know what... I'm still standing by that Cassandra's ability is Flame Claw. Just because, like, I have nothing to base it off of. But she's directly under Vulcan, and Vulcan's clearly highly connected, so I don't know. Maybe Cassandra was just part of an experiment or something. But I don't know. I'm still saying that her ability is Flame Claw. Probably isn't. I'm probably most likely dead wrong. I'll admit it, but I just think it'd be cool. I just think it'd be cool to see, like, the original Flame Claw person, and that being Cassandra. It'd also be kind of fitting that it would be her ability that took down the next king in line at Wellston, Ray. I don't know. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Hold up. I gotta write that note down. All right. Probably. That's true, Solo. So, Red, I don't really care about ships too much, honestly. I think, aside from Blyke and Remi, honestly, Uru goes pretty hard with those two, honestly. That there's something a little bit more there. But I think for the most part, Uru is just kind of focusing that everyone is really just in a platonic relationship right now. Like, it's just all platonic friendship, and that's totally fine. It's really cool, honestly. But yeah. Yeah, I can see that too. Zeus. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like people in the authorities are clearly smart. So I feel like they should obviously be able to tell that Zeke is full of shit, and that, you know, hiring someone like him would be a horrible idea. I feel like that should be obvious to anyone in the authorities. But I honestly do feel like, and maybe I'm not giving Uru enough credit right now, I feel like letting Zeke actually be part of the authorities would just be, you know, causing stupid for plot's sake. stupid for the sake of the plot. Like, no one in the right mind should ever, people who are in charge should, one, know that Zeke is a fake piece of shit, and two, should be able to tell that Zeke is someone who shouldn't have power. Late bloomer, regardless if he isn't a late bloomer, like, the authorities are very clearly, like, have this idea of, like, certain people should not have power. And they should be able to see that clearly with someone like Zeke. Just my opinion. I don't know. That's true. How is Arlo going to get dragged into all this? And honestly, I thought we would have spent a lot more time with Remi, Kuyo, Black, and Ison. But for now, it is just looking at it like it's just Remi who's going to be joining him. I don't know. If Black and Ison are clearly going to get involved somehow, and I feel like Uru definitely should have just brought that up and, like, established that now. So I don't know. That was a weird choice of Uru to just not establish that now, because we know that Blake's also going to be involved. Like, maybe like we should just assume that Blake and Ison are already agreeing to be involved. I feel like we should see that though. I don't know. That's just me. So, like, okay. Zeke. Zeke is kind of... Okay. Cecile honestly makes sense. Cecile wants power. She wants influence. But Cecile's also not psychotic like Zeke. Zeke is like the prime candidate of what the authorities hate, except he wasn't a late bloomer. Zeke wants power, and he wants to treat people like dog shit. That's something that John was like before, and everyone was like, you're a late bloomer, you should never have had power. So I feel like if they have that mentality towards late bloomers, they should be able to recognize and also, like, realize when someone's like that who wasn't a late bloomer. Regardless, they should be able to see, like, this person shouldn't have power whatsoever. So that's why I'm saying, like, Zeke shouldn't be part of the authorities. But yeah, I'm sure Cecile's fine. Yeah, she's probably, like, interning at some newspaper or whatever. Honestly, though, that Arlo stuff felt really out of pocket for how much he's developed lately. Like, I get it. I do get that, like, it is clearly apparent that his aunt has a lot of hold over him, and him not wanting to believe that his aunt is a murderer. Like, we've seen it before. His aunt clearly has a very strong hold over him and has had one ever since he was a child. So that's true also, though. That is also very true. So, like, I get not wanting to believe it, but just flat out saying all of that stuff, like, like, fuck you guys, move on with your life, leave me alone. That was really weird. It was really, really weird, in my opinion. If you're watching this and if you're going to message me on Patreon or something later on, I just think that this was a really strange choice you made. But yeah, question of the day. Question of the day: do you guys think that Zeke is part of Arlo and Cassandra's department, or do you think he's going to be part of a different department? Because if we're being honest, anti-corruption and transparency, I don't really know what that means, honestly. I feel like with the title like that, since the authorities themselves are already corrupt, we know that. Ooh, that's a good point, Solo. That's a really, really good point. Yeah, no, definitely down. It's definitely someone like something that Uru just made up, and I actually do like that name a lot. And like I said, it's really fitting that Uru. It's a really great choice and like great foreshadowing and everything that Uru put Arlo in that department specifically, considering like corruption is what led to him getting a position in the authorities. And the authorities themselves are clearly incredibly corrupt. So it was a really nice choice on Uru's part. Yeah. Honestly, I'm wondering how that's going to go as well. Actually, now that you bring that up, Solo, Cassandra might end up being the reason why Arlo's eyes are opening. Cassandra is Valerie's direct under or something, like her protege, we can say. Now, because of that, she may slip up. She may think that there's a lot more comfort and every familiarity with Arlo, so she may slip up, and she will most likely get Arlo involved with looking into Remi, Blyke, and Ison and all of them, and so she's probably going to at some point mention that it was her aunt who helped her with this. It was her aunt that helped her figure out stuff about Remi and Blyke, but then that her aunt also tipped her off about Ison as well. So maybe that's what will be the eye-opener for Arlo. But yeah. I think yeah, that's true, Zeus. That's true, and that's what I'm saying. Like Cassandra is directly investigating groups who were thought to be vigilantes. So since they're looking for vigilantes in the anti-corruption department, it makes sense that it would probably be connected to a branch of Ember as well. Why did I almost said Spectre. But yeah. So yeah, question of the day. Which department do you think Zeke is going to be in? Is he going to be part of Arlo's department? Or is he going to be somewhere else? If next week is another Arlo chapter, that's going to be pretty interesting. And I hope it is an Arlo chapter and not just we see it briefly and then nothing comes of it. But yeah. One other thing, considering all that just happened on Rowden Hill, maybe Arlo also wants to get involved with the authorities so he can look further into Spectre. Maybe Arlo thinks he's going to help in his own way. Or maybe Arlo is just, I'm fucking tired of all this bullshit and I just want to live a normal life, which isn't gonna fucking happen. for him. He's a main character, so he's never going to have a normal life. Let's be 100% real. But yeah, that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for everyone who came by. I think we'll probably be also, welcome, Nylan. I don't think I said hi to you yet. I feel like Zeke isn't competent enough to be an important figure. Definitely. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. And let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below. Once again, question of the day, which department do you think Zeke will end up being in with the authorities? If he's even going to, if he actually, passed his interview at all. So, with all that being said, everybody, I will see you all back next time. So, as always, see you, Space Cowboy.